if I'm not allowed to blame you for all of my life's problems, then you're not allowed to blame me for yours.
I don't even know you. So hey, shout out to all of the subscribers and members here on the channel. Don't forget to like and share the video. I'm Reese Waters, and this is Racist of the Week, where we explore the stupidity and hypocrisy of discrimination in hopes we can build a more perfect union. And laugh. And of course, I would like to thank our sponsor, Racism. And if you have any nominees, you can drop them in the comments. You can email me at admin@reesewaters.com. Today's nominee, the whole timeline. I'm going to be perfectly honest. The entire timeline. So here I am minding my own business, stepping into a week where I might run into a runaway rogue white South African, and I got to see the hashtag Black Fatigue trending on the timeline. Now, I had no idea what Black Fatigue was. I actually personally thought that might have been what Scotty was feeling when he decided to sit out the last seconds of that game. Or maybe I thought that's how Scotty was feeling when he decided to finally up and leave Larsa. But no, it was way worse than that.
Ugh, Black Fatigue. We're going to stop listening to black people. Said someone who lives in Davenport, Iowa, and knows 1.5 black people.
Oh, no, wait. We'll get there. Let's go back to the beginning, shall we?
Black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there. We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior, entitlement, the victimhood, that they want to praise this woman.
Just so we're all on the same page, she is talking about that white woman who's about to become a millionaire for calling a black 5-year-old boy the N-word. She is talking about a white woman who used a racial slur against a little black boy, and she is saying the reason why people are praising her is because they're sick and tired of black people's ghetto-ness and complaining and being perpetual victims.
Oh no, it gets far worse than that. See, she acknowledged that a 5-year-old is just going to behave like that, and that culture had nothing to do with the actual infraction, and then used that to justify why people reacted the way that they did because they're sick of black people, as if her piling on a situation that stemmed from a 5-year-old acting like a 5-year-old wasn't just more of the same. It seems to be a pretty cut and dry incident of seeing an opportunity to out your racism, but y'all just can't resist, can you? In fact, she went back in.
Watching her back for the rest of her life. Yeah, because that's not thuggery, hoodrattery, animalistic. This is why people have black fatigue. When you act like this, it's not normal behavior. People do stupid stuff. People say stupid stuff. That's life. It's not normal to threaten to unalive people because you don't like what they're doing.
So just so I'm clear, internet mobs is thuggery? Is that what you're calling thuggery and hood rat behavior? Is internet moms? Because, oh boy, I got some mentions of some black female creators or public figures or politicians. I would love for you to look at Jasmine Crockett's mentions, since that's evidence of ghetto and thuggery. And I think you said rattery, which is a new one, but feel free to take credit for that one. I will not be trademarking rattery. And I'm wondering what future Elon Musk's ex has when that behavior is now denounced by the... I didn't know that was... They probably have no idea that's rattery.
But here we are. People are getting sick and tired of opening up TikTok and seeing brawls on cruise ships, brawls in the airport, like literally the most ghetto behavior. We're tired. We're tired of it. But then whining and complaining and acting like it's not your fault that you act that way. Yeah, we're kind of over it.
Now, I'll be honest. I I do enjoy a good brawl in the airport. I have been known to enjoy that kind of content. But correct me if I'm wrong. We are how much percent of the population? So you think this is being curated just for us? We are the ones that are consuming this, or is this what y'all like to see? I think you're lying. I think you thoroughly enjoy that content. In fact, if you didn't enjoy that content, y'all wouldn't be dressing the part. We got to have a whole conversation about cultural appropriation and how far is too far every October.
If I'm not allowed to blame you for all of my life's problems, then you're not allowed to blame me for yours.
I don't even know you, so I don't see why that would be a thing. Yeah, I don't think anybody has blamed you for anything other than not being at your shift. I don't know why you're sitting in the car feeling that level of importance. I have no idea.
Is black fatigue a real thing? You know me, I won't shy away from a conversation. And no, it's not. Let me explain something to everybody. What you are seeing right now is woke political fatigue. There are plenty of black people that are not woke. I do not pretend to be a victim every day. I do not dislike white people just because they exist. I do not think the world owes them something. That are conservative, that voted for Trump. If black fatigue was a real thing, it would encompass all black people, and it does not. I know people don't like to hear that politics is at the root of everything going on in this country right now, but it is. Just like people going around saying there's about to be a race war, it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. There may be a political war in the guise of a race war, but it will never be about race. One, the numbers ain't there. Two, our political beliefs are intertwined with our racism, our core values. They're sewn together with a single thread. The Liberal Party plays on that victimhood. Not only does it encourage it, it celebrates it. Which does nothing but empower people that think they're victims. Which is why everybody's getting so brazen right now in society. Y'all do not be fooled. This is not racial warfare. At its heart, this is political warfare. There may be a few radical people, but to this I say to them, nobody come over here alive today on that boat. Nobody alive today owned anybody on that boat. And one of the biggest things that people forget, yes, white people might have bought black people, but black people sold black people. Their ancestors were not innocent. In my opinion, it's time to leave the past in the past and address the real issue, which is people's indoctrinations into their politics, not being able to think for themselves. That's my thoughts on the whole thing. Go with the Lord.
Okay, first things first. Did you just make a video talking about the victimhood of the progressives and the liberals while complaining about being sick of woke? Is that what you just did? Did you just make a whole video about feeling oppressed by the woke movement and this rebellion against the woke movement, and then slide in the victimhood? That's what you did. That is without a hint of irony. Yeah, without a hint of irony, mind you. It's kind of like where he said, "Go with the Lord." Meanwhile, the far right just called the Pope a piece of S. He's called, "Oh, that's more woke." I know that is more woke. And last but not least, I am definitely not going to let you get away with, "Oh, well, we might have bought black people, but your ancestors sold them." Well, you know what? If my ancestors were running the country right now, I would ask them for some of that money that they got for that sale. But they're not. And we have no idea who they even are because records were intentionally destroyed to eliminate any connection we might have to the homeland. But that would be more woke and victimhood now, wouldn't it? Also known as facts. But a lot of these words will probably change their connotation now that we have no more Department of Education.
Black fatigue is trending, so I thought I would make a statement on this as well as share a personal experience about my black fatigue. But you can't own language. Establish that first. So let's talk about growing contradiction and how we approach language and race. We are told that certain words are off limits because they're offensive or harmful. Okay, fair enough. But then, in the same breath, we see one group, often the black community, using these exact same words in everyday conversation. And when anybody outside of that group uses that language, they're immediately called racist or attacked, canceled, or shamed. That's not equity. That's not inclusion. That is epitome of the everyday broken modern DEI.
Oh, you got him?
Yeah, white fatigue is not fucking real. Of course it's not fucking real. Are you kidding me? White fatigue is what very clearly racist white people will try to hide behind because they're tired of having to tiptoe around certain people in certain settings because they don't know how to tell what they are and are not allowed to say anymore. And they hate the concept of not being allowed to say something. My parents will never shut the fuck up about this. It's harder for racist white people these days to tell what they can and cannot say in certain settings, and they don't know if they're going to face consequences or not. So they are fatigued of trying to figure that out. They are tired of trying to censor themselves and trying to figure out when they do and do not have to. That's the only thing that they're tired of. They're tired of being called out for their racism. That is literally it.
Amen to that. I have never known a group of people so obsessed with that word. I have never. He talks about how everybody should have freedom. Language belongs to everybody, or it belongs to no. The language belongs to you. The language, absolutely. You can feel free to say whatever you want to say. Just know that it's going to have some connotations coming from you. And we accept that in so many other circumstances. We accept it from women. We accept it from other minorities. You accept it from each other about things that you do or don't want to be called. Hey, he don't like being called Junior. He liable to kirk out on you. And you call him Junior and you peeling yourself up off the parking lot. That's just how that goes. Why is this so complicated?
Sup, fuckers? Let's go ahead and talk about black fatigue. I know you've all seen the videos just like I've seen them. And it's definitely a real thing. But I really don't think that it's black fatigue. I think that it's ghetto fatigue, ignorance fatigue, hood fatigue. You've seen them. Bonnets and PJs, pants half off their arse. And they bring with them a certain demeanor that you just want fuck all to do with. You could literally point them out in a crowd. You know they're going to be loud and obnoxious. They're going to instigate shit for damn near no fucking reason. They want to make sure that the world knows exactly who the fuck they are and then take zero accountability for the way that they're being. When they have every opportunity to not be that way. And when they're not being that way, they're setting the example of how society likes things. Calm, peaceful, chill, not fucking ratchet. And this ain't a color thing either. It's a culture thing. Because you see tons of black people who are productive members of society. They have wonderful jobs. They have beautiful families. They're doing everything being peaceful with everyone else. And unfortunately, they don't get as much attention as the ratchet mother. And a lot of them keep asking the question, why the f*** are you people like this? Look what you're doing to our race, to our demographic. Why can't you be like us who chose to be better? And God, they get shit for it and called names and attacked for what? For what? They get called names like Uncle Toms and sellouts and all this other shit because they're just simply making the choice to be productive in society and peaceful with other people of different races. What is so bad about that? You're turning your back on your people.
I'm sorry, did you just do a black accent?
On your people.
I listened to as much as I got. Did you just do a black accent? And who are you even talking about? The Black Irish? Like, I don't understand. Are you talking about Conor McGregor's people? Or like, who? I'm so confused. You watch 1.5 Medea movies, and now all of a sudden you feel like you could do a whole accent and commentary on the black culture. But I definitely gotta. You had the nerve to say that the people that are not ratchet and ghetto, as you called them, with the bonnets and the PJs, are called Uncle Toms and sellouts, which is fascinating because I've only seen that lobbied at a very specific kind of black person who doesn't wear bonnets and PJs. So I'm assuming by that definition that you would put anybody who understands the greater context of the black condition in America, regardless of their station in life, is just bonnets and PJs, huh? I guess I would be hood. I guess I would be hood, yeah. Because that wouldn't be a color thing.
You're turning your back on your people.
Black fatigue is real. Everybody is tired of black people.
Nope. Not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Why is he even in this section of the video? I was going to go to Black Maga later. How did he end up in the white people talking about black fatigue section of the video? You know what I mean? You deal with him.
Black fatigue is real. Everybody is tired of black people, but it's two specific types of black people that everyone is tired of.
Of course, your pick-me ass is going to agree with the black fatigue topic. I know you are. Every time you pop up on my feed, you're always being anti-black. It's like, sir, we know you don't love being black. We know that you want to paint your skin white and you want to dye your hair blonde and you want to pop in some blue eye contacts so you could be considered white. We know that. I would never forget the day this man went into a bar that was very much so racist, and them white people was ready to tear him apart, calling him the racial slurs and all kinds of stuff. I remember that video. So while you over here pandering to your white audience, they don't even want you in their circle or even in their club. So have several seats, sir.
Now, do y'all want the good news or the bad news first? Huh? Y'all want the good news or the bad news first? I was always somebody that would say, let me get the bad news first because I want to end on a good note. I want to end on a good, but that's not the way that I've structured this video. So here's the good news, okay? The good news is that there were no shortage of white people willing to get their own people together over this blatant racist trash.
Who is we?
I was looking that shit up, like, what the hell is this new hashtag coming out? And it looks like I got it, and a lot of people do. Aren't we all tired of the same people looting stores and mass looting and just getting away with it? Burning and looting and rioting every single time there's a decision made that doesn't go their way. Ignoring accountability for themselves, 100% blaming everybody except for the criminal. Literally propping up people that unalive people based on race. It's always about race. Can't even enjoy a cruise ship. Can't even enjoy Disney World. You go to spring break here in Panama City, it was ruined by the same group of people. We are fatigued. It's getting old. And then you get one girl that's a racist, and that's all motherfuckers can talk about. What about the people that are doing all the crimes? You're propping them up. It's not about the crime. It's about the race, and we're all tired of it. We're fatigued. This shit needs to be talked about, because if we don't talk about it, it's never gonna stop. It's only gonna...
Black fatigue. Y'all white people, black people have started coming out talking about black fatigue with their own people. And a lot of y'all white people are like, well, since they're talking about it, we're going to talk about it too. I think we should sit this one out. Okay? We may have our opinions, whichever way they may go. But we oftentimes forget black people have their own voice. Let them deal with this within their own community. And this is coming from someone intimately connected with black individuals. So let's just sit this one out. Okay.
There was a white woman who has now since deleted her video talking about black fatigue and how she and the rest of society are so fed up with the ghetto and ratchet behavior, the entitlement, the victimhood. Her words, not mine. Couple of things. One, black fatigue is a real thing, but it's not what that lady was saying. Black fatigue is the emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by the daily stress of living under systemic racism and its consequences. So the black community has black fatigue due to the oppression they've lived under in this country since its inception. Two, it never ceases to amaze me how little most white people are willing to look at the true history of this nation and understand that while they personally may not have owned slaves, or lynched black people, or used black babies as alligator bait, or conducted experiments on black people, or operated on black women without pain medicine because they didn't think black women could feel pain, they are still benefiting off the society and systems that made those things possible. Racism is deeply rooted in this country from the beginning. We stole this land from the indigenous Native Americans. We brought black people to this country against their will and sold them into slaveries. We ripped their families apart. We have maligned, maimed, and misused the black community since the first ship arrived on the shores of the United States. Do you understand how hard the fight has been to get even a semblance of equality in this country? And now, what little progress we've made is being undone by this administration. Trump and this administration has made people like that woman and the many racist commenters on that post feel comfortable to speak so publicly about their racist views and feelings. Because, spoiler alert, nothing will happen to them. Black people are questioned about everything they do, even if they're just walking down the street. Until this country as a whole accepts responsibility for how we were designed and built, this country will never see true equality.
Black fatigue is obviously asinine and extremely racist, but something that I do believe in is white fatigue. And I don't mean that I'm fatigued as a white person. While I am fatigued, I'm fatigued by these other white people who are, I don't know if it's they're more stupid or they're more racist, way above average scoring in both of those categories. And those two traits, like, form a coalition of white supremacy where they just make it like impossible to exist without feeling so exhausted by having to explain, like, this is not a normal thing to hear black fatigue and to think that black people are inherently worse. Like, that's absolutely fucking insane. It's exhausting to have to say that so frequently that it's just like, you're just racist. And that it's exhausting. It's like talking to a wall. They deny that they're racist. What do you mean? You're advocating that black fatigue is a real thing and you're not racist. What do you mean? That's the exhaustion I feel with my own brethren of white people. Oh, God. White people are the absolute worst. I will continue. It is my God-given duty, but it's not easy.
Hey, other white people. What the flying is this? Black fatigue. Are you kidding me? Gentrification is a powerful word that y'all need to look up the definition of and read it over and over again. What do you mean you've got black fatigue? Can black people not go a day on this app without y'all trying to get some bullshit out of them? I mean, seriously, leave these people the fuck alone. That's all they've ever really wanted was, hey, we can make our own communities flourish. We don't need white man's help. White people come in, we bring in Coke and the fucking Popeye's chicken. We bring in the CIA. We bring in gentrification. Good God. Can y'all not just, why? What is the point of this whole woman? April's unfiltered. Yeah, you need a filter. All right, you need to stop thinking that you can just say anything and say that I'm unfiltered. I don't have a filter. I just say what I'm feeling. Hey, maybe, just maybe, for 2 seconds, you think? I mean, at this point, it's so obvious y'all just trying to bait to get on Fox News. I don't get it. Leave the black community alone for 5 seconds.
So the trend black fatigue has been circulating and it's been coming onto my For You page. And I'm not sure why or how that's happened. I normally don't get white supremacist material. I don't get Maga material. I don't know whether it's just to stir a response or somehow cause a reaction, feed into the algorithms. I don't know why, but I've been getting the black fatigue white people giving their grievances against black folks. And the thing that I know is that they are consuming propaganda. They are consuming material that feeds into that. And I've seen it too. videos of black people rioting, videos of black people looting, videos of black people brawling, things like that. And if someone sits there and they're fed that continuously, a stream of this propaganda, a stream of it, it's going to feed that hatred.
Which is, by the way, an excellent point, because we've been talked about this. I think we opened with them talking about all these videos that they're consumed with. And I took credit for enjoying a good brawl in the airport. But let's not pretend that we haven't seen how footage of black people has been used by the news, even when the news was responsible and objective. We've seen back in the 80s, 90s, how black people were depicted in the news.
There have been studies on this. Local news overrepresents black folks as perpetrators, overrepresents white folks as victims. So the message that gets sent is they're dangerous, and specifically to you. They are not only bad people, they're going to hurt you. So therefore, we want to keep them on that side of town. We want to keep their children in those schools over there. We don't want to work around them. We don't want to live around them, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that message comes through loud and clear in the way that media represents people of color. Whenever we, thinking about Tamir Rice, the 12-year-old child that was shot in Cleveland by police, when that happened, what did they do? The first news story in Cleveland that made a big splash was about Tamir Rice's parents and the history of domestic abuse and criminality among his parents, not about the cop that killed him. We talk worse about black victims than we do white killers. What did we say about Ted Bundy? Oh, he was so smart and he was so quiet and he always seemed so nice. Every time one of these white boys goes and shoots up a school, what do we say? We had no idea he was going to do this. So we talk better. We have more sympathy for white folks who commit mass murder, bury bodies under the house, cook them up in a soup pot and eat them, right? Than we do black folks who were killed by police. We start digging for every bad thing they ever did. We want to know if they had a juvenile record. We want to know if they'd ever been arrested. That's what the media does. And until that changes, I'm afraid white folks will stay in denial, and it'll be very hard for us to move forward, whether we're talking about cops or just average everyday folks.
So once the wheels came all the way off and they rebranded themselves OAN and Newsmax and Fox News and have nobody to answer to other than the most siloed, right-winged, don't tread on me, Trump is God, hat-wearing Republican supporter, I can only imagine just how irresponsible it could get.
Black fatigue.
Now, here's the thing. If you actually were around any black people, those kinds of depictions would lose their power. But
Black fatigue. We're going to stop listening to black people. Said someone who lives in Davenport, Iowa, and knows 1.5 black people. You don't live by black people or interact with black. You get all your information off TV shows and what Fox News. Who cares? Good riddance. God, racism is so cowardly. Like, what happened? People used to say it with their chest. Now they're all skittish and all these code words. Like, we don't know what that means. 2 questions. A DEI and how do you feel about Lamar Jackson? I know exactly what you are. But we have to, for some reason, keep this charade like, oh, okay, let's have discourse. It's good riddance. What good could you possibly be to me?
Which is hilarious, because one thing that I'm hearing is that we don't know what we can and can't say to black people, and it's not fair, and we get canceled. Woke culture has oppressed us, and we don't know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Are you around those people? Do you interact with those people? Huh? Because clearly I can tell by the lack of disdain and slurs in your tweet history just how much you interact with those people.
Hey, remember this lady?
Black fatigue is real.
Her page is gone today.
Now, here's the thing. I mentioned that there was good news and bad news. And the good news is that there was a great number of white people that got their own people together. The bad news is that Black Maga saw it as Christmas. Like, I swear this was Black Maga. This was like a new season of Bad Girls Club. Just a whole tray of new content for them to slur black people with. Did you say black privilege, black fatigue? We have an opportunity to take a shot. Here they come running. You know what I mean? Like somebody just left a plate of dried biscuits out on the curb. They are nothing if not predictable. I'll be back with that one in part 2. Man, I say Black Maga, the cops come. Is it still the content of your character? Oh, don't worry, we'll get there. But for right now, congratulations, TikTok creators. You are our racists of the weekend, and we'll be right back here. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Don't forget to give us a like and a share if you are so inclined. And I know a number of you guys are not subscribed, and I know that because it tells me. I can go right there and it tells me how many are not subscribed. And I feel like if I'm subscribed to magazines in 2025, which was not intentional, I don't know why they be showing up to my house, but I am subscribed to magazines in 2025. I invite you to subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing. All you got to do is hit the button.
I dare you. I double dare you, mother.
And I want to give a special shout out to all the members who joined our last Members Live. It was a bit impromptu last minute, but y'all showed up and showed out.
But then the early 90s though, the early 90s, what you want to do with rayon? What you want to do with rayon party shirts and hammer pants?
And if you want to join the fun, there is a link to membership in the description box to all the videos where you'll see options for shallow water and deep water and troubled water. You also have further options if you would like to get those benefits. They are also available in our newly launched Patreon, where you'll see deep water and troubled water, which offers all the same benefits of membership here on YouTube, but also includes the newsletter, Wednesday Waters, which goes out once a week, as well as our community chats. And let me say, I had no idea how much y'all were into gardening till I got on those community chats. It's basically like a premier chat that never ends. You can sign up for that at patreon.com/Reese Waters. And last but not least, I want to show some love, as I've done the last few weeks, starting with Dank and then Deshauna and City Dawn, to my girl Roberta, who sent me this photo of her and her crispy, discouraged, depleted, but never defeated t-shirt, which I thought was a message that properly described how I came into this new Trump administration.
God, if you listen, hell, I can't take it no more.
And yet we soldier on. You can catch that as well as a lot more other options of merch available on my website, reesewaters.com. But I gotta thank Roberta as well as all of you for showing so much love to the channel.